Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, let's get you out the door on this Tuesday. Of course, our Monday, we had those gusty winds, no doubt about it, blowing all that dust and sand in the air. In fact, officially, we clocked a sandstorm at one observation there here in Salt Lake City, so very impressive. These winds gusting anywhere between 54 and 60 miles per hour from Salt Lake City up towards the point of the mountain over towards Cedar City as well. And even notice we had 45 to 50 mile per hour gusts there from Wellsville through St. George, Fillmore, up towards Draper and Delta. So very strong winds yesterday, and one of the things we noticed with those strong winds, all of that sand and dust lofted in the air, creating some very low visibilities as we look over the Salt Lake Valley. In fact, barely see the sunset showing up there. Thanks for Meg for capturing at that moment, looking more like the Sahara Desert as opposed to the Salt Lake Valley yesterday. Now, as we go throughout today, this cold front ahead of it is still going to be squeezing up against this area of high pressure, producing some of those very strong winds, primarily across eastern and southeastern Utah, where we do have those wind advisories that will be in effect for later today. Ahead of that front, winds are helping to push those temperatures up once again into the upper 60s to kick off the day, but behind the front, we've got cool air rushing in, and that's why we have temperatures falling into the 40s. Now, as we look at the weather map, here's your setup here with that strong gusty wind activity across the east, but behind the front, we're starting to see a band of showers developing here as we get into some of that cooler air. So you'll notice we're starting to see some of those spotty showers showing up now, increasing in coverage there around Park Valley. We're seeing that over towards Wendover as well. So if you're traveling westbound on I-80, you're going to run into some rain before you get to Wendover. We've got those showers up towards Park Valley, but those are approaching portions of Cache Valley, the Ogden Valley, and eventually the Salt Lake Valley as we go throughout later this morning. So as we look at futurecasts, you'll be able to see here this moisture increasing off towards the west and north and west here behind this front by lunchtime, and we'll see those downpours pressing off towards the east with a couple of isolated rumbles of thunder developing as well with some of this daytime heating. So just know the northern and central portions of the state will be unsettled as we go into this afternoon while it's dry and windy for areas to the southeastern parts of the state. We'll keep that chance of unsettled weather in the forecast for tonight with scattered showers out there. Even as we go into your Wednesday, off and on scattered showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder will be possible, extending down towards southeastern Utah, though, as we go into your Wednesday afternoon. And then Wednesday evening, we can see another surge of moisture across the northern half of the state. Even in the Thursday, a couple of isolated showers will be possible. So as we go into your Thursday, we'll start to break down the weather pattern here with a few isolated showers possible, but drier air will be working in. And I think Friday will be a fairly dry day across the area with just a few clouds, but it's a brief dry break because by Saturday, here comes our next storm system rotating in, and that promises to bring us more stormy and unsettled conditions as we get towards the upcoming weekend here. So get ready for more changes developing there. But if you combine the chance of precipitation over the next 7 days, hey, this could be a pretty juicy weather pattern, very similar to the one we saw last week, where many areas could pick up a ½ inch to an inch or maybe a little bit more. St. George, mid-70s, pleasant conditions the next couple of days. Not much rain in the forecast. Maybe a few isolated storms as we get towards the upcoming weekend. The Wasatch Front, much cooler air filling in with scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next few days. We may not get out of the 50s on Wednesday, well below average. And then notice we've got a little bit of a warm-up heading into the weekend before more active weather and cooler weather by the end of the weekend.